left the gym today with really mixed emotions. Whilst the workout itself was quite, how do I put it? I did a fair bit. Like, I did what I set out to do. I knew today that I wanted to get singles, like a big session of singles in on the squat and the deadlift. And I did that. And I did it quite well. I can't really like critique myself too much, considering again how little I've trained both those exercises in the last few weeks. But for some reason I haven't left there feeling like really fulfilled. It was a good session, yes, but something about it has left me slightly unfulfilled, and I can't put my finger on exactly what that is. I failed 140 on the squat today, and I think that was the beginning of the end for the fulfillment of my session. But like, it doesn't really make sense to me why that would, I guess, leave me feeling so unsatisfied with the workout, because even after that I ended up moving a lot of weight. I failed the 140 and then I dropped it down to 100 kilos out of frustration more than anything, for just a quick set of 5. Like I said, I planned to do singles today, but after failing that 40, I wasn't very happy. And I was looking forward to that 40. I haven't successfully lifted 40 kilos on the high bar back squat in a while now. It's currently my 1 rep max with good form. Actually, thinking about it, what am I talking about? Yeah, what am I talking about? I'm confusing it for the deadlift there. That is my 1 rep max with good form. But just period, 140 is my 1 rep max. I'm yet to do it without a training partner of sorts. And yeah, today I was kind of psyching myself up, felt the pre-performance jitters, so to speak. Got a little bit nervous before the lift, which I quite like. I quite enjoy that. I mean, it tells you that, okay, what you're about to do means a lot to you. You care about it. And yeah, it's nice to have that pressure wherever it may be from, and in this case it being from yourself, and attempt to perform under that pressure. And today I failed, which I guess, yeah, like when I think about it now, that's why I'm leaving with a sour taste in my mouth today. And while I lifted a fair bit of weight, I mean, I got singles in on the squat at 80, 100, 110, 120, 125, 130, 135, and then I failed the 140. Usually I go up in 10, so I got a few more sets in than I usually get. Maybe that was why I failed the 140. I don't know. There could be loads of reasons why I failed the 140. But I felt strong in the hole. I felt strong on the descent. It felt quite stable as well. And on racking, it felt really light. I genuinely thought I was going to push it. Like, I thought, oh shit, I've got this. Because when I got to 125, I was like, whoa, this feels kind of heavy, unracking it. And the set felt quite tough. And then 130, 135 started to get lighter and lighter, and then 140, I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like, this feels quite light. Nice and control on the descent. Because personally, I was talking to some of the guys yesterday about tempo when it comes to squatting, and I realized after going home and thinking about it, I realized that the reason why my tempo is so slow, because they were praising me for it, which I appreciated, of course. Because one of my friends was talking about how, like, he can't lift the weight that he lifts like with any sort of pause. Like he wouldn't be able to get out the hole. And again, this is like somebody that I admire, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? That's actually a weakness of mine. Like, I'm not confident enough in the squat and in my form to allow myself to use that stretch reflex and bounce in and then out of the hole. Like, I have to control my way down in order to focus on my form and keeping that back nice and tight and nice and engaged, because I'm quite a forward leaning squatter. I place a huge emphasis, like mentally with my cue, I place a huge emphasis on back tightness, keep my back straight, stay as upright as possible, accepting that I'm going to be leaning forward because I'm a fairly lean forward dominant squatter. Which is why, funnily enough, whenever I get consistent in my deadlifting, my squat tends to improve, because there is an element there. I use a lot of hamstrings in getting that bar back up. Weakness. Yeah, so I need to work on that. Yeah, man, I can't even string my thoughts together after that session. It was a weird one. After the back squats, I moved on to the deadlift, and I definitely took that bitter taste into the deadlift. And I wouldn't say I rushed my deadlifts. I didn't rush any of the movements themselves, but I rushed climbing the weights. I just got a quick warm-up set in, then went straight to 60 and then progressed to 80, 100. I went up in 20s for the most part. Went from 100 to 120, then to 140, and then I ended at 150, which is my good form 1 rep max as it stands. I actually haven't attempted any higher recently, just because I haven't really focused on the deadlift, so I am going to look to hit 160 fairly soon, because my 1 rep max, like all told, this was years ago now, was 165, but I'm glad I didn't record it, because I can almost guarantee you that I had some terrible form. Like, I'm talking that type of form you see in pure gyms after 3:30 when all the kids come from school and they just fucking ego lifted. It was probably like that. I was young. But yeah. And then I finished off with some hanging leg raises. I just wanted to get my abs and core engaged, because I haven't been doing enough core work recently. Since getting back into this squats and deadlifts, I haven't been doing enough core work recently, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was that's the only way I can fucking explain this workout, man. It was a weird one. It was a really, really weird one. Then I had the opportunity to lift up a friend who was clearly, I mean, like, mentally, who was clearly struggling with their workout as well. But due to my lack of energy, like, I just couldn't muster up the words to just give her the pick me up that she kind of needed. Which, funnily enough, like, I was thinking about it afterwards. Like, if I had found it within myself to pick up somebody else, I probably would have picked myself up. Which is a crazy paradox that I guess exists with us as humans. Like, when we're searching for an energy inside us the most, like, little do we know that giving that energy to somebody else is probably what would create it inside ourselves. So I was a little bit disappointed in myself for not taking advantage of that, and like I said, like, giving her the pick me up that she probably needed, that probably would have, like, then led to me having a little bit more energy to just add the icing on top of the cake of my workout, because I did want to get in some single leg RDLs, because my hamstrings they weren't screaming, but like, my hamstrings were talking to me on my squats today. So yeah, I'll definitely be hitting them tomorrow. Wake those bad boys up. But yeah, I mean, another day ticked off, innit? Another day, another dollar. We got the work in. We practiced the skill. I was talking to one of the guys about that today as well, actually. He's like an endurance athlete. You might even see him in the video. A tall guy, big guy, ex-military. Fucking watching him work out is a spectacle, to be completely honest. yeah, I was talking to him about just spreading volume, man. Just doing a few days worth of volume for some people over the course of an entire week, and just practicing that skill of strength, man. If strength is your aim, then you can practice that motherfucker every single day. Of course, there's pros and cons, and if your goals aren't strength and your goals are to build an aesthetic physique, then yes, it doesn't align. But yeah, man. Anyway, I digress. Let me not go off on some needless tangent. Let's get back to work tomorrow. I look forward to it. Once again, if you made it this far, thank you. See you tomorrow.